too convenient, if you know what I mean.
It is. So that's two reasons why we need to find an angle on Cass.
We've found one. His name, Hamish Balaji. Born in London, Balaji was a recipient of the Cass Foundation Technical Scholarship at 14, which included a mentorship with Cass himself. At 16, Balaji designed Cass's first drone fleet. Fun fact, Cass delayed the launch by a week so it would land on Balaji's birthday.
Cass sounds like Balaji's second dad. Why would he help us?
They had a falling out after an incident in the Niger Delta 3 years ago. A buried human rights investigation accuses Cass of ordering a drone fleet to wipe out a village protesting the construction of a pipeline, but the drones malfunctioned before they could. Balaji is named as the likely saboteur. He's been on the run ever since, but now tracking data shows he's reappeared in London.
Shit, he's looking for redemption like with the protesters. This guy designed Cass's drone fleet. I think he's trying to disarm Albion.
He covers his tracks well, but that's a good guess. Unfortunately, according to this Albion intelligence report intercepted by our friend Caitlin Lau, Cass knows Balaji's in London as well. So, that's the op. Make contact with Balaji before Albion finds him. Then convince him we have a mutual enemy in Cass.
So this guy's our best chance to stop Albion and clear our names. And the largest private army on Earth wants him dead. No pressure.
It took some doing, but I've narrowed down the area where we're most likely to find Hamish Balaji. I've pushed the coordinates to your optic.
Blood boil over this situation.
Stop this right now! Shut your mouth. Get on with your life.
We just keep running into each other. You can't run further!
We didn't mean it.
Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled.
Balaji has been snooping into Albion's affairs. Quietly, of course, but I've been able to determine that most of his activity stems from this area.
About time we formally introduced ourselves, I'd say.
Not so fast. Hamish isn't in, according to his home security. And before you get ideas, he's rigged his front door to a series of traps designed to delete all of his data and then your life. Not necessarily in that order.
Got a similar setup myself. Maybe paranoid, but...
To be fair, you are an armed insurgent trying to break into his flat. Anyway, you should be able to connect to the local grid and use security cameras to disarm his traps.
I've got it.
I believe the main interface is on the rooftop.
Hey, what do you think about sneaking through those windows up top? It's a classic move.
Sure, if you can get there. 3 options here. 1, use the window washing platform. 2, find a cargo drone. 3, give up, go home, and resolve to be a better person.
All right, I got this. The amount of booby traps here was not a bloody understatement.
You could force the traps to unlock by rewiring the power.
All right, I got this.
Welcome to Clare and Present Danger, and welcome to Fascist London. Don't let that boot on the back of your neck disturb you. In time, you'll barely feel it. We have to wake up people. If there was a playbook for setting up a totalitarian police state, Albion would be most of the way through it and working on the epilogue. They certainly took advantage of the fallout from the bombings, didn't they? Preyed on the fears of the city government too. They were only too happy to hand Nigel Cass the keys to the city. Wash their hands to the whole mess. The collar will only get tighter now, friends, unless we do something. We can't wait for someone else to fight back. We are the change. I know your name. We're both the same.
The traps are disarmed. Now, if you go through the front door of the flat, it's much less likely you'll be killed.
What's wrong with Scotland Yard? They decided they couldn't be trusted to do.
Yeah, what's up, Bags?
I hope this isn't a bad time, but we need your particular skill set for something.
You know, you nailed that whole ironic timing thing.
Mindful.
Move one more muscle, Chief, and I'll blow the whole place with you in it.
All right, let's keep it in our pants.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think sexier and less cockheady.
What, dead sick? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You done?
Whoa, wait! Albion knows you're in London. You've got to run. Now!
Fuck me. You're telling the truth, aren't you? Fucking hell, thought I was careful. Fucking idiot, Amish. Look, Cass is worse than you know.
Yeah, no shit, mate. Why else would I be risking my fucking arse here?
Maybe, because Nigel Cass is paying you. That's how fucking mercs work.
Listen, we came for your help. We ain't working with Cass. He tried to wipe us out and did the bombings.
Mate, you don't know shit. You have no idea what Cass is and what... Move! Fuck! An Albion squad's closing in on you. I guess you weren't lying about that part. Fuck, think, Amish, think. Shit, fine. Move the table. I'll buy you some time. Just go. No!
Move it!
Bollocks!
Don't just stand there. Albion won't be fussy about who they shoot.
In hell!
Responding to the situation now. Suspect is carrying a weapon. We're moving in. Officer down!
All that excitement convinced our new friend Hamish that we need to work together to tackle Cass. He's willing to cooperate.
All right, Chief. That was a pretty slick escape. I believe you. So I'll say this. Nigel is planning something, and I don't think I could stop him on my own. If DedSec's everything I've heard, you'll help me.
We can help each other. There's a chance Cass had something to do with the bombings. What could he be planning that's worse than that?
No, that's not like him. Well, not exactly. See, Nigel's got to see himself as the hero. He's an arrogant twat, but he's not a cynic. Every place we go in... we would have some mad plan to fix all his problems. Robot police or automated crop fertilizing or some shit. Society was a technical problem, and people are just bugs in the software, you know? You work around them or you squash them. Sorry, Chief. I've got to switch proxy servers so they don't trace me. I'll hit you right back on voice. Listen, I've got an inside man, right? A contact in Albion. Says Nigel's got this big meeting happening at White Tower. He'll be talking about a major project he's got planned for London.
What we need is an insider on the team.
I've always wanted to be in on a caper. Okay, first things first. We'll need eyes on the impregnable target, so off you go. I'll crack on with assembling the right personnel to round out this ragtag bunch of misfits.
Ah, shit. Albion cyber security sniffing my proxy IP. Must have traced the detonator signal. I've got to deal with this.
Suspects reported in your area. Potentially armed
twat.
and hostile. Understood, Control. Awaiting further instruction. Over.
over. Fuck you. That's enough.
I had them. Where did they go?
Move your ass!
Immobilise that vehicle. Received. We are trailing the target.
Auto drive now enabled.
Can anyone see the suspect?
Calling off the pursuit. Over and out.
Tower of London is heavily secured. How do you suggest we get in there?
I like to help, fam, but Nigel's caught a whiff now. With all the CTOS cameras, it'd take him less than 5 to ID me. I ain't risking my pretty face.
We need an Albion insider for our caper, one who's willing to turn coat. I've reached out to a contact who works in a nearby pub. Where better to find a bleakly disillusioned anti-hero numbing their conscience with drink, but secretly desperate for redemption. I've let our contact know what we're in the market for, and she's nearby.
Hiya?
You lot certainly know how to pick your targets. You do know that Albion have set up their headquarters in there, right?
Our hands are tied. Nigel's up to no good, and we need to crash his party to find out exactly what shit sandwich he wants to serve up to London next.
Fucking Nigel Cass. You're right. Nothing good can come of this. Luckily, I hear loads of sob stories working in a pub. And near this place, quite a few from Albion are dissatisfied with the status quo. You turn on the charm, and I'm sure you can get one to join the good guys. Even got a candidate in mind.
Interesting. Hook me up with their info, please.
I'll have Bagley push it along. Good luck, love.
We're aware of an Albion employee who might be approachable.
So, are there actually any Albion mercs who want to play for the other team? I doubt it.
They're jackbooted thugs who regularly murder civilians. If finding a disenchanted employee is really that difficult, humanity's much worse off than I thought. It would also be quite useful to have someone on the inside.
For however long that lasts, Nigel's real good at sniffing out spies.
Personal experience speaking?
Yeah, not really in a sharing mood right now, fam.
Watch yourself, please.
Yeah, that tends to be enjoy this we got. Something I just got on a lot.
Automate my fucking ass!
Shut it. You fucking move. All right.
The more you struggle, the longer the search.
Think you're allowed to be here? Me. Jog on.
All right. Fuck
Stop wasting my time, useless dog. No.
Please, please! Do as you say!
Moron. I hope they didn't do anything too terrible.
Don't have a visual.
Let's have a look around.
Find the suspect!
You good, I got you.
That's brilliant, thanks. Get out of my city, you swine!
Come out. We know you're there.
It's dead sec. Come quickly.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
All units, control sending ambulance to my location.
Hostile in your area, over. Received. Will engage if necessary.
Watch out!
Negative. No sign of suspect. Over.
Received. Returning to HQ, over.
We're aware of an Albion employee who might be approachable.
Looking for work?
In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London.
If you want to release an EPC detainee, you can do it from a terminal in this location.
You hit. Come out!
That does it. I'll shoot!
Huh?
Deportation order cleared. Our prospect can rest easy now. Now that you've helped them, they might be willing to talk to us.
London to fight back. Are you in?
Fuck me, dead sec. All right, maybe you could help. Got myself in a bit of trouble.
Well, give it a go. What's the matter?
My friend's got this rare blood disorder, and with the NHS in the state it's in, he hasn't been able to get proper treatment in months. The Clan Kelly doctor offered an experimental treatment. A pricey experimental treatment. We didn't have a lot of choices, so I paid.
Go on.
The meds were working. My mate was getting better, but then, well, he got hooked. That's when the doc suddenly decided...
Well, this quote-unquote doctor is a real winner. He was struck off the medical register for gross...
Welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecom tower is now over.
The Clan Kelly doctor you're looking for is close by. Seems he's got a laptop with him too, presumably with a folder somewhere on it labelled crime. There's the laptop.
Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering...
Laptop scraped. Get to safety while I analyse the data. I found them at a warehouse where the experimental drugs are being stored. I'm sure Mary Kelly won't mind if you nick a few.
Coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications
what the fuck
network.
happened to my nipple?
Although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yet now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The System Network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom's CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad, though. It's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks, not to mention the accidents.
Auto drive now disabled.
Of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology...
I'm detecting a vehicle nearby with at least 2 years' worth of treatments inside. That's more than enough to wean our contact's friend off the treatment.
I've got it.
There's the vehicle with the drugs in it. Try not to destroy it.
Let's get real.
Right. Your teammate won't be completing their operation so much as they'll be needing one.
Fuck! Alright, we better be finding whoever's responsible.
There's the vehicle with the drugs in it. Try not to destroy it.
You're gonna get nothing but trouble here now. Fuck off before I break your face.
Someone's hacked that door.
Oh shit! It was a drone that did that!
Where do people even find this disgusting filth?
You got beef with me, huh?
Not sticking around for this.
What the fuck? Get to work!
There's nothing going on here. What the? That's not normal.
You don't want trouble? Oh, fuck that. You're in Clan Kelly land now. You're gonna get nothing but trouble.
Let's find this WatchDog!
Before I break your face.
No one here. Moving on.
Got the vehicle. Now what?
I found a safe location where our friend can pick it up. Sending you the coordinates now.
In 2017, before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been
Auto drive now enabled.
acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use.
Auto
and
drive
now that
now
Bloom
enabled.
owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yet now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run
Auto
through
drive now
the
disabled.
telecoms tower. And I have to
Auto
say, it
drive
looks
now enabled.
completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The System Network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series
Auto drive
of
now
sensors to see
disabled.
the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Just because personally with one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Any sign of the target? Anyone?
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know.
No
With
visual
me,
of target.
It's
Any
hard to believe
pursuit?
that there could be
Over.
shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours, and yet here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turn out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our city.
Took care of that thing for you. The drugs are somewhere safe. Bagley will send the coordinates shortly. All the best to your sick friend.
I owe you guys big time.
You know, DedSec's looking for fighters, and you seem to have some fight in you. How about letting it out?
You kidding? Hell yeah.
Don't come stepping up to me.
We have an Albion operative on our roster. We should let them know they're needed.
Received. Watching for suspect. Control, I can't see the suspect. Please advise.
Control, we're returning to HQ. Over.
Auto drive now enabled.
Tough, brave, stupid. Any two of those qualify you to join. Some of us are all three.
Bang in. Hype to expose the bastards in charge, yeah?
Very nice.
Nigel Cass's meeting will begin soon. Approach the Tower of London when you're ready.
Hands on your head, now! Stand down, move, you're dead. You're struggling, you could hurt yourself. Stay calm.
We better find whoever hacked this vehicle.
Look for anything suspicious. Stick around. We're hacked. Lock it down.
That's shit.
Check him down. He's gone. Stand down.
Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled. Auto drive now enabled.
Just went through a checkpoint.
Hostile at your location.
Investigating. Stand by.
We're going to hit!
Suspect crossed the checkpoint.
Control, I've lost sight of the target. Over.
target.
If we're lucky, word hasn't spread that you've hung up your jackboots. Just try to put on your meek, harmless, broken by the system face. Oh, and don't forget your uniform.
Return to HQ. This is pointless.
Can't believe Albion were just allowed to move in here. It's fucking criminal.
Looking sharp. Your ex-colleagues won't pay any attention to you unless you let them take a close look.
First time I've seen you.
Listen here. I'm going to tell you something, and it's between you and me. Completely off the record, yeah? The whole thing's quite disturbing to me. They've got good reason to close off parts of the building, but at the end of the day, it's a load of bollocks. This place is a treasured part of London's history, of its culture. Great, powerful men have ruled over this fortress. The citizens of London have an obligation to it. You can't keep people out. They must visit it, breathe in its very essence, so that they too can become great. But again, this is all between you and me, mate. Carry on now.
A word of caution now we're inside. Any disturbance in here and Nigel Cass will surely cancel his meeting. Avoid being detected by your former colleagues or this operation is a bust.
It's here. I know it.
Nigel won't have anything important on his floor.
You seem to know scads about him, more than most.
Yeah. I was Albion too, if you haven't twigged to that.
Intruder
He and
alert.
Cass were close
Intruder alert.
ones. Looked up to him. He was bigger than life, fam.
Clear. Moving on.
Spread out. We need to find them.
I thought that was easy before. Very nice, DedSec.
That's just crap. I've never seen this one before. Can't win.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Moving on. There's nothing here.
Search the area.
I know you're here somewhere. We are going to find you. You can count on that. You jump crook.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Don't let them escape.
Rubbish.
So can you tell me a little bit more about how the retrofits are going?
Who's that?
Everything is
I heard someone saying DedSec.
What a
They
fuck
better
up.
not be. Just a
The
bunch of
goal?
terrorists pretending to have morals.
This door clearly requires a security pass.
Fucking great.
Use one of the nearby computers to create your forgery.
Be careful. You don't want to know what Nigel does with trespassers.
I'm not questioning his bloody directives. I'm wondering why we're not being sent out there with those fucking thugs.
There's some parts like city that you understand?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But there's always an element that's going to resist all.
Talk about self-centered. Sure, but I thought you're taking care of them.
I've heard some talk on the street that they made...
It'll take some time for the forgery to be ready. To keep you occupied, I dragged up still images and a recording from an internal investigation into Cass Senior's death.
Show me.
Internal Psych Assessment AS001 Subject Cass Nigel. Mr. Cass experienced a deeply traumatic event when he witnessed the murder of his father, Gareth Cass, CEO of Albion. He began exhibiting symptoms soon after what he frequently described as the random event. Mr. Cass's initial symptoms included insomnia, paranoia,
Intruder
a state of
alert.
blame, and recurring
Intruder
flashbacks.
alert.
However,